What is up? Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the picture books that I read during the month of April. This is such a fun time of the school year. The community is strong. The kids are great. We're refreshed from spring break. Still a lot of school left, so we don't have like all of the stresses of the end of the year. We haven't started state testing. It's an awesome time to be a teacher, a fun time to be in the classroom. One book we read is Octopus Stew by Eric Velasquez, and this is a book that really celebrates the power of storytelling and joy and fun and family traditions. I love this book. Jerry Kraft, the author of New Kid, introduced me to this book and said, you just need the joy that this book brings in your class. You need to read it to kids. So if you haven't read Octopus Stew, I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. It is so much fun. And it has one of those gate folds where you like open it up and it's like a double. Oh, it's so awesome. Christina Suntornvat wrote To Change a Planet, which is a beautiful book that we read to celebrate Earth Day. Belle's illustration in this book are just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, powerful book. Another one we read to celebrate Earth Day, Yoshi and the Ocean. Holy smokes, this true story of this tortoise who got caught in a net and then was in like an aquarium for 20 years, and then they were able to release Yoshi, true story, is fascinating. And then Yoshi swam like 23,000 miles to mate and lay eggs where Yoshi was born. It's just mind-blowing. And then we watched some videos on Yoshi, and it was just magical. It was phenomenal. The kids could not get enough of it. Kevin Henkes, anytime you can read a Kevin Henkes book, that is a good day. We actually, this is a terrible reason to read a book, but we didn't have much time one day at the end of the day, and I've been holding on to this one because sometimes you just have less time at the end of the day to read your picture book. So you need something brilliant and beautiful, and this is that. The world and everything in it. I love this book so much. The Legend, Bruce and the Legend of Soggy Hollow. Bruce, one of the funniest characters in the history of children's literature, at least in the last 10 years. And this is like a play on the Headless Horseman and just everything that we've come to love about Bruce and Ryan Higgins. We have been studying the 3 branches of government here in the 5th grade. And the day we were learning about the judicial branch and the Supreme Court, I read them All Rise, a story of Ketanji Brown Jackson. What an inspiring story. So if you haven't read this picture book, then you should, because it's just awesome. And I actually learned a bunch about her story, and I was fascinated. So check out All Rise, beautiful book. The last book of the month to read to kids. Actually, I haven't read it because I'm reading it at the end of today, which is the last school day of the month. How Dinosaurs Went Extinct, a safety guide. This feels like the perfect book to end a Friday with. It's a story about how dinosaurs went extinct, but it's not like, a meteor. It's all these funny reasons. For example, the velociraptor went extinct because it picked its nose and ate it. You have the iguanodon and all of these different ones. The iguanodon didn't ask, do they bite? Oh, and then got bit. So we have all these fun things. Brachiosaurus swallowed their gut. Just hilarious. So funny. My Dad is a Tree. I read this book with so much expression and excitement, and I was actually standing I'm the tree, like the dad in this story. And kids, it felt like we were just enjoying a story like you do when you're 5 or 6. And I want kids to know that even at 10 and 11, you can just go all in on a read aloud picture book and just get so much tremendous joy. Kids be standing their tree. So much fun. The Boston Marathon was this month, like it always is on Patriots Day. So of course, the Friday before, we had to read Girl Running, Bobby Gibb in the Boston Marathon, and how she became the first woman to run the Boston Marathon. So she won. She ran illegally and ended up winning multiple times. Fascinating story. And Boston Marathon, I think, is just the coolest yearly event. The coolest, most fascinating yearly sporting event in the country. This one's powerful, y'all. How do you spell unfair? The story of Magnolia Cox and the National Spelling Bee. Wow. Just the story of her story of becoming a phenomenal speller and how she was treated by people because she was Black, and also how she was celebrated in her own community with this huge honor that she had. It's a fascinating book. You should read it. That's 2 Carol Boston Weatherford books this month. She's one of the best. Oh, Supriya. Supriya visited our school, so we read all of her picture books. So we actually read some more that were hanging on our display shelf. But her art in this is just amazing. The kids were so fascinated, and I was so fascinated by her art. We're reading one of her chapter books, The Cobra Song, which we're almost done. We're going to finish it on Monday, which is the day I'll publish this video, which is exciting. American Desi, a gorgeous picture book. Another one for Earth Day, One Little Bag. Henry Cole tells the story of this paper bag and how it goes from a tree. How it goes from a tree to a bag, and then how this one character gets the bag and how this character like uses the bag over years and years and years in different ways. It's really cool. A beautiful Earth Day treat for all readers. I love it. And then happy Poetry Month. It's over now that you're watching this video, but you can celebrate poetry all year long. So how to write a poem. Kwame, Melissa, wow, phenomenal, magical combination. That's not a page. That is though. Isn't that beautiful? I'll show you one more. I hope you read some awesome books during the month of April and then into all of the days. These are the ones that we read. Hopefully you found something to add to your to-read list. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being awesome. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome, fantastic